Hello again and welcome to another Mordian Glory Warhammer 40k battle report. Today we're going to be playing a 2,000 point match play game between Imperial Guard using the new codex and 9th edition Chaos Demons. It's going to be a competitive game today. Both sides are not pulling any punches. So today in the Battle Bunker I have got with me Isaac. Say hello Isaac.
Hi guys.
And without further ado, let's crack on and take a look at these armies. So here we have 2,000 points of new Imperial Guard, and we have gone for a big mechanized list. What I cannot crush with words, I will crush with the tanks of the Imperial Guard. So let's go through this list now. Starting off with the core of any good list, we've got the infantry, 6 squads of Cadian Shock. Each one of them with a Voxcaster, a sergeant with a drum-fed autogun, which I like to think is actually a Tommy gun. And then we've got 2 plasma guns in each squad as well. The rest of them having las rifles. Each one of those squads is going to be mounted up in a Chimera. We've got a variety of loadouts on these Chimeras today, but it's all what you see is what you get. So if you see a heavy stubber, that's what it's got. We've then got leading the force a command squad. This is going to have a melter gun, a plasma gun, a banner, and a master vox. And the officer is going to have a bolt pistol and chainsword. We've also got a Cadian Castellan today, and this is represented by the old school Lord Solar Macaris model. I want to say a big thank you to channel supporter Jamie Warren for sending this guy over. I've always wanted a Lord Solar Macaris model, and I've finally got one now, so big thank you to him. And we've also got a tank commander riding around in an El Clasico, battle cannon, lance cannon, and 2 heavy bolters. And yeah, I even stuck the storm bolter on top there. Rounding out the list, we have got 5 Lehman Russes. We've got 2 of them in a squadron, 2 of them just on their own. The 2 in the squadron are going to be El Clasicos as well. A couple of battle cannons, las cannons, heavy bolt sponsons, and a storm bolt stuck on top. And then we've gone for a couple of Dakar tanks. We've got exterminator autocannons and triple heavy bolter. Hoping these guys are going to be pumping out a lot of shots. Just want to say that we've also got an extra Chimera here with double heavy flamer, which is going to be the command Chimera for the command squad. So overall, we've got 60 infantry, some officers, and 5 Lehman Russes, and then 7 Chimeras. That's a lot of armor that the Demons are going to have to chew through. The regiment trait for this army is going to be Born Soldiers. That basically means that I'm going to have old school Hammer of the Emperor across my army, but I won't have any other regiment traits today. In terms of relics and warlord traits, the relic is going to be the big bullshit Banner of Doom. For those of you that haven't seen this relic, it is basically the auto-include relic in the Guard Codex. All core units, which is going to be the infantry, ignore to hit modifiers, to wound modifiers, and any rules that the opponent uses to deny losing saves, which basically means any wound caps are ignored and any feel no pains cannot be used. And last but certainly not least, we have the warlord for today's army. It's got to be Lord Solar Macaris. It's got to be the Cadian Castellan. I mean, it has to be, literally, because he is the senior officer keyword, and he has to be the warlord if I'm taking one. And he is going to have superior tactical training, which means he knows an additional order set. So he will know regimental orders, and I've gone for mechanized orders. I did briefly consider going for the Perfector's orders because I was, knowing that I was playing against Demons, but I thought that's kind of list tailoring, and in a tournament situation, I would actually take the mechanized ones because otherwise I've only got one source of mechanized orders, and I figured that also most of my infantry are going to be hiding around in my chimeras anyway, so remain vigilant wouldn't be super useful. So that is the list. 2,000 points of guard. It's a lot of armor with a sprinkling of infantry. Let's take a look at the Demons now. And here we have 2,000 points of Chaos Demon cheese. I am loving it. Absolutely beautifully painted army, Isaac. Where do you want to start?
So in the army today, we've got 2 patrols. We've got a Khorne patrol and a Tzeentch patrol. Basically just to unlock different warp storm abilities.
Very nice.
So we'll start with the Warlord in the Khorne patrol. We have the Bloodfester.
Very nice.
This Bloodfester has the 8 wound cap. Obviously, so when you see around a lot now with 5 up feel no pain, and he's also got Angrafter King of Blades, which gives him +1 damage on his sweeps and his big attacks. So 3 damage sweeps, up to 7 damage big attacks. It's 4 plus D3. Kind of scary. 20 wounds, 4 up demon save. The other HQs we have Scarbrand in that disattachment as well.
I've not faced Garbrandt before, man. He looks amazing.
Oh, he's real fun. He doesn't fly, but he really packs a punch. He's 8 attacks, ignoring invulnerable saves, strength 16, -4, D3 +3 damage.
Wow.
He has +1 attack aura to everybody, including all the guardsmen. Will be really angry.
I love it.
It's hard to fall back from him, and yeah, he stops morale going off and stuff. So he's really good. He's also a warp locus, and in that patrol, we have 2 units of bloodletters.
Okay, we'll come over here to the bloodletters now. There we go. Look at these beautiful boys.
So these are just standard bloodletters. They're quite pricey now, but they really do pack a punch with damage 2 and -3. So yeah, they're the troops selection. But for the non-force org, we have Skulltaker, the Khorne Herald. He's a bit of a character killer with like 6 attacks, strength 6, -3 damage, ignoring invulnerable saves. He gets full rerolls against characters too, so he'll be looking for some guard head.
Well, I think that will work against my tank commanders as well.
Oh right, yeah, if the characters.
Yeah, they are characters. So
we'll hit some wounds against them. Yeah.
Yeah, you might actually just chop the side of a hatch of a tank off and then just run inside and kill all the guys. That's kind of cool, man.
Do tanks have skulls as a chassis?
Well, there's like 4 skulls inside.
Oh, okay.
And maybe the turret counts. If you could take the turret home with you, that could be the tank skull.
Mount it on his cape.
Yeah. If you kill a tank commander with him in combat, I've got a spare turret you can just have.
Great.
I'd like you to mount it on his base, please.
Oh my god, that'd be incredible.
Anyway.
Then we have it's actually, sorry, not a patrol, it is a Tzeentch Vanguard detachment.
No worries, okay.
And in that we have Belcor. I know he's Tzeentch, he has the Tzeentch keyword, and he has 2 spells. He has Shrouded Step, which lets me pick a core unit and basically pick them up and put them somewhere on the battlefield over 9 away, which is really nice. So that's either the Flamers or the Bloodletters. Oh. And his other spell is Pall of Despair, which has 3 different effects. I have to beat your leadership on 3d6, and then either I can stop you doing an action, turn off an aura ability, or make you fight last. So might be really useful against a big bullshit banner.
Yeah.
Try and stop that going off.
Who has the most bullshit? The bullshit banner or the bullshit Belcor?
Oh, we'll find out.
Who's the biggest bozo? We'll find out.
And for our other HQ, we have a Fate Skimmer. He has Chanting Horrors and he has a staff for a bit of shooting. He's basically mortal wound output. He's got Infernal Gateway, which is splash damage, hits a unit with D3 mortal wounds, hits every other unit within 3 for D3. And he also has Bolt of Tzeentch, which is 9 dice, 5 ups, do mortal wounds. Any model slain, do additional mortal wound, and I think that capped it 3 or 6. Yeah, it's 3.
Okay.
And that's pretty much the list. He gets +1 to cast as well, and he helps the Flamers, giving them some reroll 1s to wound, and yep, that's everything.
And so how many you're running 15 Flamers today?
15 Flamers, 3 squads of 5.
Is that the max you can take? Or
you can take 18 technically, in squads of 6, but I don't like Blast, so...
Yeah, that would not be good against my Leman Rusters with Blast. And do they have any upgrades, or are they just good as they come?
Just as they come. They Pyrocaster in each squad, but he gets an extra attack in combat, I guess, so... We'll see if that's of any use.
Against Guard, it might not be too bad, actually. Amazing. So thank you so much for bringing this list down. I think it's beautifully painted. For those of you who are watching, at home, this isn't a commission painted army. Isaac has painted this beautiful colour scheme all himself, so he definitely deserves some props there. So make sure you say lots of nice comments down in the comment section about that. I'm really excited to play this list. Isaac, this is your competitive list, isn't it? And you've done quite well with this.
Yeah, this is my competitive one. I've been running for the last few events.
Amazing. So it's exciting because we've taken the new Guard Codex out for a spin against some Blood Angels are pretty competitive, some AdMech in a sort of casual game, but seeing it go up against a proper nice, strong, what I would call I mean this as a compliment, cheesy sort of competitive list.
Thank you.
I'm really excited to see how it goes. So what we're going to do now, guys, is we will go to the field of battle, we'll go for deployment, and we'll go through the mission. Okay, so here we are, the field of battle after deployment. The mission we will be playing today is Conversion. There are 5 objectives, 1 in each player's deployment zone and 3 along the middle of the board. Deployment zones are table quarters with a 9-inch no man's land in the middle. The primary objectives are hold 1 for 4 points, hold 2 for 8 points, and hold more for an additional 4 victory points. And what I like to call tertiary part of the mission, it's the second part of the primary, is you gain 4 points if you manage to hold your opponent's victory point. You gain 2 victory points if you hold 1 or more in the center. You don't get 2 if you hold You don't get 4 if you hold 2 in the center.
It's one or more.
It's just 1 or more. And then you lose 1 victory point if you're not holding your own victory point, which is pretty nice. To a minimum of 0, you can't start going into negative.
Yeah.
For secondaries, the demons have gone for Reality Rebels.
Yep, Reality Rebels, which is gain 1 point for each quarter I have equal or more units in than you, and an extra one for if I'm within the range of the center of the board.
Oh, that's very nice.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Just better engage, pretty much.
Better engage. Well, I've got a better engage too. I've gone for boots on the ground. Look at that. So you've gone for Reality Rebels, I've gone for Boots on the Ground, you've gone for Warp Ritual, everyone knows what that is. I've gone for Inflexible Command, every guard player knows what that is, get victory points for sticking near your officers. And then for your third one, what did you go for in the end?
So Despoils the Reality. This one is, it's an action that I can do on any objective that isn't in my territory. Basically, it completes at the start of my next command phase. And I start at the end of my movement phase.
So I have a chance to stop you?
You do if you kill the unit. If you claim the objective, I still complete it. But it's 4 points for each objective I do it on. And it's only with an infantry unit I can do it with.
Very nice. That's similar to the one that Guard get called Special Orders. I haven't taken Special Orders today. Normally that is the holy trinity of Guard secondaries. But I actually went for Assassinate. Because you've got 3 big boys that you can't hide. And I figured if I kill all 3, I'll get 10 points. And if I start killing a couple of the other ones that are rocking around, I'll end up getting potentially 16 or capping out 15 points on that. So those are my 3. In terms of reserves, you put Scarbrand and the Bloodletters in the sky or the Warp.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, to just have some reinforcements for later to get a bit closer.
Yeah, also it just makes sense rather than run them across the board.
yeah, true.
In terms of deployment, the Guard have created a classic parking lot situation. I've got my Chimeras at the front, shielding. I deployed as far back as I could, but there is still a chance that the demons will get an early charge on me. But then I've obviously got all my firepower back here as well. And as we said, the demons have put Scarbrand and the Bloodletters in the sky, and then everything else on the board. We've got a unit of Flamers down here. Unit of Flamers holding the back objective. Unit of Flamers with Skull Taker in the middle. The Big Bloodthirster, the Psychic Chariot, and we've got Be'lakor there. So it's going to be a big one so you can get turn 1. Because obviously, as you want it, so you can potentially get turn 1 charges on me. And I want it so I can try and see if I can beat everyone else's record and actually kill Be'lakor in 1 turn of shooting.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you what, that is deployment, that is mission, that is secondaries. Let's grab some dice and see who gets that first turn. So here we have the world's smallest dice tray, and we shall see who goes first. Now, Isaac, you are my guest, so I shall let you actually roll the first dice.
Sure.
Oh, it's a tough one to beat. Come on, for the Emperor. Yes! The Guard actually get first turn. I can feel that in my bones. That's going to be quite big. Now, do you have any stratagems or anything to play to counter any of the shooting I've got, minus 1 to hits or anything like that?
So I've got some Warp Storm abilities I can use, but we'll find those out at the start of command phase.
Okay, we'll be back with the Guard turn 1 and the command phase and movement phase. So here we are, end of Guard movement and command phase. Now, in terms of orders, I put the suppressive fire order on the 2 Leman Russ exterminators because I'm hoping to be able to slow down those big demon boys. And then I put, and that was using my superior tactical training from my Castellan. And then my tank commander put Gunner's Kill on sight on the 3 El Clasico Leman Russes there because they are hoping to be able to get some rerolls against the big Bloodthirster boy. In terms of, that was all the orders. That was all my command phase stuff. In terms of movement, I moved the Leman Russes, spread them out a little bit so they weren't all in sort of one spot, whilst making sure that no pesky demons could deep strike in where they wanted to. And then I moved forward a couple of the Chimeras down each flank. So I'm in a position to start taking some objectives. And I also then pushed 2 Chimeras forward here. Now, I am aware that I am giving up a point for Inflexible Command because my tanks are all spread out. But I figured I'd rather have them all spread out now. And by the end of the game, I could probably pick up those few lost points by bringing the tanks together near the end kind of thing. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully, I'll be able to get plenty of points just by having all the infantry out because obviously that officer has popped out the Chimera, which means that he is going to score me 2 inflexible command points because he is the only infantry in range of an officer and he is himself.
Yes.
So it's very nice. So that is the I should say the Gunner's Kill on tank on order, Gunner's Kill on sights order probably won't splash to any of the Chimeras because that was done when the tank commander was way back here, and it was just all of the leading Russes that were crowded around him. So they'll just be hitting on whatever they hit on. So that is my movement and my command phase. Now, Isaac, you did something in my command phase as well, didn't you?
Yes, so I've used 3 warp summon points to make me -1 to be hit by ranged weapons in the shooting phase.
Nice.
So, yeah, all the big demons are slightly more shrouded.
That's really effective. That really helps counter the Leman Russ turrets. But I think it's almost in a funny sort of way. It's like the Leman Russ turrets counter that because they just basically balance each other out.
Exactly, yes.
I think if we were playing the old Codex, all my regular Russes would be hitting on 5s. That would just be...
sad time.
Very sad times. Okay, so we will be back in the shooting phase. So in terms of what we're going to do in the shooting phase, we're going to open up with the 3 El Clasicos, and they are just going to fire into, we're going to sort of see what they do. They're probably going to fire into someone like, into this big Demon Prince here. I call him a Demon Prince, he's a bloodthirster, because he has a wound cap.
Yes.
But what I'm hoping is to start chipping those wounds off, and then my remaining firepower can go into Be'lakor and see what we do there. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the big Leman Russes on camera, and then I'm going to do the Exterminators and the Chimeras and everything off camera, because that's going to be lots of little bits chugging away. So we will go with for the Tank Commander first, and he is going to fire everything into your Demon Prince, and he is in range with all of his guns. So the first thing is the Battle Cannon, which is D6 plus 3 shots, which is 6 shots. So I've got my dice here. Okay, and now I can reroll against him, can't I?
You can reroll against the Bloodthirster.
Okay,
yes.
so he's going to be hitting on 4s, rerolling 1s. Yes, that's fine. I was wondering about auto wounding, but with my Born Soldier stratagem, but I don't need it yet. I'll do it on Dakar tanks. Okay, so we've got. Oh, I should have gone for it. But that's actually 2 auto wounds straight away with Born Soldiers. It would have gone off on 5s if I'd spent my CP. I get to reroll the 1 into a 4. So that is 1 wound plus the 2 auto wounds. Does it wound? It does. So that is going to be 3 wounds, Isaac. And they will be AP whatever, but you don't care, I imagine.
The 3 damage, are they?
They're 3 damage each.
Let's do 1 at a time.
Pass. Hey, loves it. All right, so he has passed that. We've then got the laser cannon coming in. That's a hit and auto wound.
Oh, nice.
We'd like to see if you pass that.
Yep,
oh, he has done. Amazing. And then we have got the heavy bolters. So we've got 1 hit because they don't benefit from the turret weapon. With the reroll, it's 1 auto wound on the heavy bolter.
Sounds good.
And he's passed them all. Oh, my. Oh, days. That's not good. So let's move on to the next tank. Let's do exactly the same thing.
Rinse and repeat.
That's going to be 7 shots. So I'll need an extra dice. All right, exactly the same thing. Here we go. Okay, so I've got 2 auto wounds, 2 regular hits, and I've also got a reroll in there as well. That also becomes a hit. And then I need to wound you on 4s. That's 3 wounds. Ah, look, I too can roll dice on 4s.
Can I pass more than 5 in a row?
Can you roll more 4-up saves? Here we go. He's passed 1.
6.
Okay, he's failed 1 there.
I'll keep going for a moment.
Okay. Okay, so 2 are going to go through.
Yeah.
That'll be 6 damage.
So 6, 5 up Philippines.
Yeah.
Okay.
4 damage.
Down to 16.
Okay, so we can still take 4 more, right?
Yes.
Okay, las cannon. It's a miss. I thought I had it then. And then we've got the heavy bolters. That's 2 hits, 2 auto wounds, 1 hit, 3 rerolls. And that becomes another auto wound. And then I imagine wounding you on 5s.
Yes.
Yeah,
nice.
4 more wounds. All right.
Also, so I'm just going to roll these together.
Okay, so that's 6 damage.
Sounds good. Philippines. Okay, take 3.
Okay.
Down to 13.
So you can only take 1 more wound, right? Okay, so what we're going to do then is we'll come back to him in a second. And we're going to do the last tank, big boom boom tank on camera. That's going to go into Be'lakor. Now, I get no rerolls now, do I?
No rerolls at all.
I can't target him, can I?
No, because he is...
Oh, he's hidden. Yeah, he is hidden. Yeah, no, that's fine. So so my order will be weighted here, but hopefully it'll be all right. So number of shots is 5. Just straight up hitting on 4s now. Okay, those 2 miss, and we've got 2 auto wounds there. And toughness?
7, but -1 to wound.
Okay. Okay, so 3 wounds.
Okay.
Now, same as always. Do you want to do these one at a time for any reason?
One at a time for re-rolling potential.
Okay,
Yeah,
CP that one.
No, I'm okay on that one.
Okay, so it'll be 3 damage, becomes 2?
Yes.
It becomes 2. Okay, and then we've got the laser cannon. No. And we've got... so anticlimactic. And we've got the heavy blotters. 1 hit.
And then a 6 to wound.
And then... Come on! Ah, not quite. Okay, so he took 2 wounds in total, did he?
Yes, correct.
How much he got left?
He's got 18 left.
Okay, so they're both chonky boys. So he's got 13 left, and he's got...
18
left. I did better than that towel player then, didn't I? You said he had 2 wounds to him with like 4 hammerheads.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I'm beating the towel player! Come on, let's go! All right, guys, so that was all the main boom boom. It's lots of chimeras and stuff now, and Dakka tanks. We'll do those off camera, and we'll be back once the dust has settled. All right, end of the guard shooting phase. After all the little bits had shot, we did all right. So we ended up taking that last wound off the bloodthirster. So he took his 8 that he could take this phase, and he's also been suppressed by the tank, which means that he has 2 less movement, which is pretty nice. We also did a similar thing to Be'lakor. So he ended up taking, was it 6 wounds in total? And he too has been suppressed, so not too bad there. Don't worry, guys. If you noticed when we were shooting at Be'lakor with that tank commander, that he should have been a double -1 to hit, even with the turret weapon and everything. Don't worry. We caught it off camera. We corrected it. We just gave Be'lakor a couple of wounds back, and that was the easiest way of resolving it. So don't worry. If you're smashing that keyboard in the comment section, don't worry. We caught it. And then all of the little shots from the chimeras basically ended up, doing a wound or so to Be'lakor, and I also managed to get a single wound through on those flamers. 3+ invulnerable saves are awful. I mean, there's a reason that they were around an 8th, and then no one got them in 9th. It's crazy that GW's brought them back.
Except the favourites.
Except the favourites, of course. Someone snuck that through the editing, didn't they?
Yeah.
But to be fair, they are like a 6 up in combat or something.
Yeah, that's a sad time.
I mean, if Howling Banshees is going to go, no Overwatch for you, and then...
I've had that happen.
Yeah, I can imagine. So it's not too bad. But overall, I think both Isaac and I are kind of satisfied with that. I did plenty of damage, but Isaac didn't lose a big guy 1 turn. He's going to get a chance to fly around and shoot me up now. Oh, I should say shoot me up. Chop me up, I should say. So let's see where the demon turn ends. We'll be back after demon command and movement. All right, end of the demon movement and command phase. Not much to do in the command phase with the demons at the moment.
No, yeah, the bloodletter's on the board, so Skull Taker can't issue any extra bonuses, and yeah, it's not too much to do. It's mostly just passive aura abilities that are up.
Fair enough. So Be'lakor moved here, and he stayed within 6 inches of the centre of the board so that he can Warpius Ritualius.
Yes.
And the Bloodthirster advanced. Which I was surprised about, because you can't advance and charge.
Yeah, he wasn't going to get into charge range, really, I don't think. Or if he was, it was going to be a very long charge. So I thought I'd just take a safer pick and maybe set him up for next turn.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. And I think maybe you probably could have gone for that long charge, but having the -2 movement, I think, definitely...
Oh, yeah, is big, definitely.
It's interesting, because a lot of people are just looking at other orders, but I think that -2 movement one's actually could be very useful for a lot of situations.
Yeah, fantastic.
And then you moved your flamers with the floaty chariot bloke over here, ready to psychic and flame the contents of the chimera, which is great.
Oh, yeah.
And then we've got the flamers over here. So overall, a very rapid army. You did say it was going to be quick, and you weren't lying. So that is your movement and command. We'll go into your psychic phase in just a moment. Right, and we are now, it was just a moment, we are now right into the, even here in the studio is right, it was just a moment. We're now into the psychic phase. So Isaac, do you know what you're going to do first?
Yes, so we're just going to start with Warp Ritual, try and get out of the way, see if I need any rerolls on it. Nope. No. We get Warp Ritual.
So that is 3? We'll figure, that's the point, you've got it, that's fine.
So that's Be'lakor's spells. He can't cast any more because he's on Warp Ritual. But we're going to go to the Fate Skimmer. Fate Skimmer is...
That is just a question for you. I don't know Psychic very well, but can you do a Psychic action and the Psychic powers?
No, you can't unless you have a stratagem or an ability that allows you to.
Very interesting. And can you fall back in Psychic action?
I don't believe so, because if you fall back, you can't do any Psychic powers.
Okay, cool. See, every day's a school day. See, I don't face a lot of psychic armies, so whenever I get the opportunity, I like to ask the questions. All right. Anyway, carry on. What is your other psychic?
So we're going to go with the Fate Skimmer.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Infernal Gateway, which is the one that does a D3 mortal wounds to a unit, and then all other units within 3 inches, take another D3. It goes off on an 8 usually, but I have an 8+1 from my chanting chorus. So it goes off on an 11.
Does that super it?
I don't believe so. I think it is only if it goes off on a 12. Yes, if it's a 12.
Okay.
So it doesn't go off like mega big. So the closest Chimera takes D3. Takes 1.
Uno? I can't do anything about this.
And the other one behind it takes 3.
Hey, so you averaged your 4.
Yes, got 4.
Very nice. So I will get some wound markers and we'll mark that up now. Is there any other psychic?
Yes, so we're going to then go for bottles each into the front Chimera.
The front Chimera, the one that's taking 1 wound?
Yes.
Okay.
So this also has the same casting value. Yep, it goes off.
Ah, he's loving it.
So we get 9 dice.
Ooh.
So that is 9 dice. And any 5-ups and mortal wounds.
Nice.
So can we spike? We
Four,
get 4.
Not bad. So 5 mortal wounds in total. That means that the front Chimera will have 6 wounds left because they've gained an extra wound in the new codex. And the one behind will have 8 wounds left.
Yep. We're going to do 1 more spell with a command point. We're going to spend 1 command point to do an additional spell.
Okie dokie.
And we're going to just try and smite.
Ah, the old smite.
So it goes off on an 8.
Yeah.
And the front one takes 2 more mortal wounds.
So it'll be down to 4, I believe. Down to 4. So we've got a 4 wound Chimera and we have got an 8 wound Chimera. Apparently my things only have wounds in denominations of 4.
Okay. From now on.
From now on, yes. All right, so we'll mark those up and then we'll go into your shooting phase.
Yep.
What is this? Demon shooting? I thought they didn't have any guns. All right, so we are going for, I keep calling it the Floaty Chariot. Apparently his official title is the Fate Skimmer.
Floaty Chariot works as
well. Floaty Chariot. Okay, we're going for the Floaty Boatman. Let's see what happens.
3 shots. You get 3 hits.
It's too late. What does he hit on?
He hits on 3s.
Don't worry about it,
And he's strength 9.
Okay, toughness 7.
So I'm going to just do 1 at a time, just if I want to use a reroll. Okay, there's 2 wounds at -4.
Okay, -4. All right, give me them dice if you don't mind.
2 damage a piece.
All right, so 6 ups.
Yeah,
armor contempt.
if you fail both, it dies.
Okay, I failed them both.
Dies.
Hey, okay. So those guardsmen are getting absolutely roasted. Roadhouse. All right. So we'll work out how many guardsmen die, and then we'll be back with some flamey flamers, or as you call them, the flim flam.
The flim flams.
The flim flams are back, baby. All right, we're back in a moment. Okay, and after the dust has settled, 2 men failed to get out of the Chimera, and now, Isaac, you are going to flim-flam me.
Yes.
Now, I did get into the cover because I will get a 6-up save, but mathematically...
It's not looking good.
It's not looking great. Okay. So, what we're going to do, guys, is we'll roll to see how many shots he gets, and then we'll be back with the wounds, and then we'll be back with, if there's any guardsmen left.
Any saves.
Yeah, exactly.
It's this plus 15.
Okay, that looks pretty high.
It's 38.
Let's get the number of dice. All right, this is, we're going to try and get some in the dice tray. We've had to break into the orange dice. Isaac needs so many. All right.
So it's 3s, rerolling 1s. Almost.
All right, so we'll be back with the wounds. And I had a lot of saves to make. I only made 1, which was pretty depressing. I did say to Isaac, if their faith was strong, the warp fire would simply flow around them as the Emperor protected them. Clearly, their faith was not strong enough. So those guys have died. So that's a good example of the flamers. What we'll do is we'll do the other squad off camera because people have seen what they can do now. And then we'll be back with a little bit of a summary of the shooting phase, and then we'll see what charges take place.
Sounds good.
All right, end of the demon shooting phase. One of the flamers in the purple squad was in range of that Chimera, and it was able to do 3 more wounds. Not too shabby at all. And then the bloodthirster did some bad breath. Apparently it's hellfire, but I think that's just what you say when you smell it. Hellfire! when you hear the bad breath, you smell that breath. And he was able to do a wound to this Chimera over here, reducing it to its original 8th edition stat line.
Nice. Back to where it should be.
Get back up. You're not allowed out. You're not allowed out. Edition. Get back in there. All right, so now we know what we're doing with the charge fish, don't we?
Yes, so Belcor's going to be charging this Chimera here. I was
Okay.
thinking about maybe charging this one, but we're going to just try and get in the objective and see what happens with it. So Belcor's charging into the Chimera. Gets him with a 7.
Yep, he'll have a good time. So, tell you what, we'll let you move that in, and we'll do his attacks at least once on combat so people can see it.
Yeah, definitely.
And then we'll wrap the turn up there. All right, it is the epic fight of the ages, a Chimera versus Bellicor. Let's see who wins.
So we're hitting on 2s.
Hits with everything.
Hit with everything.
Isaac doesn't actually want to kill me. I actually want him to kill me at this point.
I'm strength 12 and you're toughness 7.
Yeah, so 3s.
Oh, fell 2.
Okay.
It's only 4 6-up saves.
Only 4 6-up saves. How much damage?
It's D3 plus 3 each.
Okay, come on, Chimera. Don't... do fail me now. Okay.
Okay,
So that is 9 plus 3d3. So it's dead.
It is dead. Yes,
it's dead. It's dead. Excellent. Okay, now I am going to... Explosion! No.
Oh,
damn it.
that would have been unfortunate for me.
If I was a Gene Stealer call, I would have definitely detonated those explosives right now. All right, so we'll get the guys out off camera. That does mean I get to keep the objective, which is very nice. And we'll be back basically with guard movement and command phase turn 2.
Yeah.
Very nice first turn. All right, start of Guardsman turn 2. It's a big one. We're going all in. Sometimes you've just got to do it. I've got 3 of my infantry squads out of their chimeras. They're all in range of the big bullshit banner of doom, and they're all within 12-inch range of the Bloodthirster. Fuck your wound cap, Isaac.
No. Oh no.
Let's do it. All right. Now, I've also preemptively spent a CP on 2 CP on this squad of Cajun shock troops. They're going to have Armored Fist, which means 4 rerolls to wound, and Vengeance for Cadia, which means they get +1 to wound. So hopefully that will help. We've then done for other orders. We've just gone for reroll 1s to hit on everyone. We're not messing around. It makes it easier. That was done with the Castellan and the Tank Commander. And as you can see, we have moved forward many chimeras and infantry squads and stuff to try and push out the demons even more. We're kind of also hoping to be able to tie up some flame as well, because they can't fall back and shoot with both squads. I mean, Be'lakor might be able to make one of them do it, but hopefully Be'lakor's also going to be dead. I'm not being cocky here. I'm just hoping. All right, so that is going to be the guard movement phase. That's going to be the guard command phase. Now it's time to go into the shooting phase. All right, so I've spent my last 2 CP on ingrained precision on my exterminator. He is going to fire into the demon over here. That means he will be hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s, and 5s to hit will be auto wounds now. So, exterminator autocannon, ho! So we've got 1 auto wound, 2 auto wounds, and a miss. And then your toughness 8, I believe.
Correct. Yeah.
So wounding on 4s. No more wounds. All right, that is 2 wounds on him. He's failed 1. Failed both. That is going to be 4 damage.
Which he takes 3 of.
He takes 3 of. Okay. I've got to do this in a very specific order, guys, because if I do the infantry first, then the tanks won't be able to benefit from the ignore wound cap banner. Yeah. So that's why me and I have sort of talked about it, and this is why we're doing it in this particular order. All right, now we have got the heavy blotters. All right, here we go. Okay, that's a lot of auto wounds. I'm glad that I paid for that CP. I wish it was an old OG tank commander, though, because that would have been even better. All right, here we go. No. All right, so that's 4 auto wounds and none of the wounds. So 4 auto wounds, Isaac.
No worries, these are 4-ups, so he takes 6 damage.
Okay. So he's always taken 3, right?
Yes. Yeah. He takes 5.
So he's taken 7.
5, 3. He's taken his 8.
He's taken his 8 now. Okay.
Down to 4.
Okay, now it's time for the infantry. All the infantry are going to take aim. We are going to unleash hell on this demon prince. He's got this bloodthirst. He's got 4 wounds left.
Yes, he does.
3 squads of infantry, all rapid fire. Let's do it with the Billy Big Bollock squad first. But got the Vengeance for Cadia and Armored Fist on them. So I'm going to overcharge the plasma. 2 shots, 1 hit, 1 miss. No auto wounds. Does it wound? Doesn't wound, strength 8.
Yes.
Oh no, +1 to wound because of Vengeance for Cadia.
Are you strength? Oh, strength 8.
Yes, because I overcharged. It is a wound. He's okay.
Oh, no.
The next plasma gun. 2 hits because I take aim. 2 wounds because of Vengeance for Cadia. Come on. He takes 2.
Okay.
You've got your Feel No Pain?
I thought you ignore it.
I do ignore Feel No Pain. Thank you. Thank you for remembering my own rules. All right, we've then got the auto gun. Can the Tommy gun do it? Okay, just two misses and no auto wounds yet.
5s.
5s, nothing there, but reroll 1 with the banner. It is a wound. Will the Tommy gun get a wound on you? No. Okay, we've then got 12... Sorry, we've got 14 lasgun shots. I tell you what, we'll get those dice on camera. We'll be back in a sec. All right, here come the lasguns. Let's do it. I really just realized I had full rerolls to wound with my Armored Fist, but don't worry, we'll catch it now. Now, Cadians get exploding 6s with lasguns. They don't auto wound those exploding 6s though. So that is, they auto wound. All right. They hit. And that is... Oh, I'm buggering it up. And that is a reroll, which actually misses. Then we need to add in 5 more. I've got 5 more dice here. And can you put those hits in my hand there, please, Isaac? Thank you. All right, now these will be wounding on 5s with full rerolls. Come on, the mighty lasgun. Come on. All right. I'll try and pick these up now. All right, grab those last 3 for me, dude.
Nice.
Thank you for being a gentleman. Okay. Okay. Here we go. That is all the wounds. Maybe I didn't need all 3 squads, man.
Maybe not. He dies.
Yes! He is dead! Huzzah! We have killed the demon. I keep calling it demon prince. We've killed the bloodthirster. The big bullshit flag of doom is big. It is bullshit, and it is a flag of doom. Amazing. All right. So we'll do that. That's what we're going to do on camera. We'll do the rest of the shooting off camera, and we'll see where we end up in the charge phase and stuff like that. But that was really cool. Great example of how powerful, I think it is the best relic in the game, the cracked banner of doom. All right, let's see if we can pick up Be'lakor as well. And then these demons might be in a bit of a tough spot. Yeah. So after all the firing had happened, Be'lakor was also brought down. A big turn for the guard, killing two super characters. I mean, killing what I keep calling Demon Prince, but is actually a Bloodthirst, but now we've nicknamed him the Sweet Prince. Yeah. Killing the Sweet Prince and killing the Prince of Chaos is pretty big. It took a lot of my firepower, but I was still able to direct a little bit over here to this just ridiculous mess, where I was able to bring, between shooting and a good bayonet charge, I was able to bring down this squad of flamers down to 2. Now, do they make a leadership test?
So 3... Oh, no, they haven't. But they're fine.
They're fine, yeah. You need to roll pretty high for that. So we have tied up both squads of flamers because I charged the Chimera into Overwatch here, charged the Chimera, but Isaac didn't take the bait, charged the Chimera in here, which Isaac did Overwatch, but it still made it in on 1 wound, and then I was able to get the guardsmen in, who were then able to tie up the various squads. The flamers in return were able to kill a guardsman, they passed their leadership test, and they were able to finish off the last wound from the Chimera. So a fairly equal fight. I've tied up a lot of flamers, but Isaac obviously has killed a Chimera, but I've taken out 2 big beasties. But don't forget, guys, it's Demon's turn 2, and they're about to bring in about 1,000 points worth of pain. And that's not going to be very nice for me. Should just say Skulltaker also moved forward with his with a little CP, was it?
Yeah, his stratagem to move in the fight phase.
Nice. It's kind of like Devout Push for Black Templars, but it's not Devout, it's evil.
Yes, very bad.
All right, so that is the end of Guard turn 2. That was a big turn. Let's see if the demons can have a big turn too. So end of demons, movement and command phase, turn 2. Bloodletters arriving on the flank. Scarbrand dropping down in the middle. Floaty Boatman and the Skullbreaker charging through. And then some more Bloodletters arriving on this flank as well. The Flamers have fallen back to hold the middle objective so that Scarbrand can have a go at introducing the Chimera to his Lord and Saviour, Mr. Axe. And and these Flamers have stayed in combat here. Is that because you reckon they'll punch you enough?
I think I beat those guys in combat, yeah.
Brave words. All right, so that is the command and movement phase. For anyone wondering, why is Scarbrand and the Bloodletters arriving so close? Demons have some shenanigans where they don't deep strike 9 inches away. They deep strike your leadership value away. And if your leadership value is low, because they can manipulate it, they get to deep strike closer. So most of my army around here is only like leadership 5 right now, which means that Scarbrand and his mates can get in nice and close. So that is the movement and command phase. Do you have any psychic?
Yeah, some psychic from the Fate Skimmer.
Okay, so tell you what, we'll cut it there, we'll get the dice together, and then we'll do the psychic and stuff on camera. You said Mr. Fate Skimmer was going to do something.
Yeah, he's going to do his Infernal Gateway. There's a quite juicy target there.
There is a quite juicy target there, that's true.
If he gets that off. He doesn't, unfortunately.
Sad times. Just to mention, guys, Isaac doesn't have any command points.
No.
In this mission, if you lose your Warlord, you don't get more command points.
Yeah, unfortunately. So he has another spell. So we're going to do not Infernal Gateway. It's going to be Bolt of Zinch. 50 perils. Yeah, and he's just going to have to take it.
He's going to have to take it.
He takes 3 wounds. He's down to 5 remaining.
The warp is flowing in mysterious ways. Only 5. That is not what Isaac needed right now. Come on, Isaac, get a bit of flair, get a bit of flick in that wrist. Get those dice going.
Okay.
All right. So, is there anything else?
No, that's the psychic phase done.
What a psychic phase. Not for the demons. What a psychic phase for the guard. All right. Shooting. We can go straight into it if you've only got a little bit.
Yeah, so we're going to start with Scarbrand, who's going to use his Endless Fury.
Okay.
Which is a flamer profile.
Is this more bad breath?
Yeah, more bad breath.
Okay.
Or double the bad breath.
Okay.
Into these guardsmen. So it's 2d6 auto hit. So it's 8. Very cornate.
Oh, yes.
And it's 3 to wound.
Very nice.
And then we've got 4 wounds at -2.
All right. Well, I will roll those saves in just a second. All right. 4 saves. Any AP?
2.
I didn't need to roll those dice then, did I?
No.
So 4 guardsmen have died. I'll take those off in a moment. So we removed the 4 guardsmen from Scarbrand's bad breath, and then the flamers also introduced them to the flamey flames, the flimflams, and the rest of the squad was killed as well. We just did it off camera because it was pretty much a foregone conclusion. And now we have Mr. Ultimate Psycho Man over here. Is he better at shooting than he is at psychic?
Let's see, freeze the
So what are you shooting me?
We're going to shoot the command squad.
You can't. It is now a character.
Oh, the full unit of 5 is a character.
Yeah, do you need a little think?
No, I'll shoot instead this front unit.
This front unit. Okay.
So we need freeze. So we got 2 hits, and it's strength 9.
Okay.
So we need 2s. So that's 2 - 4. So
I think that's 2 dead.
2 dead guardsmen.
All right, Mr. Wannabe Katachan, and this guy can die. All right, so is that all of your shooting?
That's the end of my shooting phase.
All right, we'll be back in the charge phase. All right, we are in the charge phase. The first unit of bloodletters coming in. They're going to charge into the Chimera. Are they going to make it?
Yes.
Yes. All right. So we'll move those in a moment. Keep going with your other charges. So who's going next?
Scarbrand into the Chimera.
Okay.
7.
He will make it. Keep going. Next unit.
Let's take. We'll go for Skull Taker into this squad.
Okay.
Easy.
He will make it in. All right. Good job we didn't go for the command squad then.
Oh, yeah.
We did talk about that off camera, guys, in case you were wondering.
Fate Skimmer into this unit.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's in. And we've got the Bloodletters into the Lehman Russ.
Okay. Now the Lehman Russ is going to Overwatch. I can do all of these at the same time because they're all going to hit you on and auto wound you on 6s. Yeah. And the AP you don't care about and the damage you don't care about. So we'll do them all at the same time. 1, 2, 3 saves of 4 up. You can just do them next to the dice tray. There you go. 2 go down. There we go. That was. I think that's worth it. I think that might tip it in the favour of the Russ in terms of living now.
Charge.
So
they get in.
They will get in. So I tell you what, we will move everything in off camera, and we will be back in just a moment. And after we have moved the combatants in, this is what the field of battle looks like. Contact all the way along the guard line. Isaac, do you know who you're going to strike with first?
Going to go for Scarbrand.
All right, so Big Chungus.
Going to pile in.
Okay.
Just like so.
Okay.
And then he's going to attack with his 9 attacks.
Very nice. Isaac has piled him in that way so that his very angry auras start
hitting everybody.
Yeah, very
So
nice.
we've got 9 attacks, hitting on 2s.
Okay, he dropped 1.
He is strength 16.
So that's 2s.
So we
dropped
have
a couple.
We have 6 saves at -4.
Okay, so that becomes -3. Now, what's the damage?
D3 plus 3.
Okay, so yeah, it's not looking too rosy. In a funny sort of way, I probably want to die, don't I? Because you can stop me from falling back.
Yes.
Is that an ability or a CP?
That is just an aura ability of Scarbrand.
Right, so I definitely... Is that for an aura ability? Would it affect the bloodletters? I'm just thinking out loud.
Oh, yeah, yes. Yeah, the bloodletters can't fall back either.
Okay.
In combat with them.
So I definitely want this Chimera to die. It's dead. Good. All right, come on. Explosion!
Don't do that.
Nah, every time I say it, it doesn't do it. All right, we have Skull Taker next. He is a Skull Taker, a Heartbreaker. Let's see what he does. Now, all of his, he has, just to be clear, guys, he's piled into the command squad, which has moved in, but he can't fight the command squad. Right. He is just going to butcher the infantry squad. How many attacks? 6
attacks, hitting on 2s.
Very good.
And then
the requisite 1, as is tradition.
Always, and then wounding on 2s.
Yes, of course.
So that's 5 at -3.
5 dead, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so 5 guardsmen are going to bite the dust. We'll remove those in a moment, but that is a pretty good display from Mr. Skull Taker there. And then we will do the other bits off camera. Right, and after the clashing of Hellforged Blade on Bayonet comes to an end, this is what the field of battle looks like end of Demons turn 2. The Lehman Russ has been brought down to 7 wounds. In return, the guardsmen were able to poke one of them in the eye, but then many of my guys have run away. If you see shattered squads left over, the majority of that damage was actually done in the morale phase. Demons stacking things up, so my combat attrition is popping off on 1s, 2, 3s, 1, 2, 3s, and 4s. It was really amazing to see. We then had over here, Scarbrand, butchered a lot of the squad, but they were able to roll a 1 on their leadership. In return, the command squad tried to do something to him, but they couldn't. Toughness 6 on that boy. He's not Scarbrand, he's a Skull Taker. He's a Skull Taker, Heartbreaker, and not a Blade Taker.
Not today.
And then over here, the Chimera was popped. The guys fell out the back. It did explode, killing 1 Bloodletter. The first explosion of the battle. Yeah. And it did 1 wound to Scarbrand as well. That wasn't because we got the rules wrong. That's because I rolled low on the number of mortal wounds.
Correct. Yeah.
And then obviously 2 guys popped out here, and they passed their morale as well. They actually would have failed it on like a 3+ or something insane.
-4.
Yeah, something insane. But fortunately, they also plopped down a little 1. Now that is the end of the demon turn. Now that was a big impact for them. They actually have picked up the majority of my infantry, and they've picked up 5 chimeras so far. But just look how much guard armor is still on the goddamn board. The fact that you can take so much is really, really difficult for any army to deal with.
Yeah,
I think.
definitely. So much on the table.
So you've done a great job at killing the infantry. I think what we'll do, we'll see how brutal this next guard shooting phase could be. We'll do your demon turn, and then we'll see what the game's looking like at that point. Yeah, so we'll be back in the guard after the guard movement and command phase. All right, the guard movement and command phase is over. These infantry have fallen back here to secure the objective and not get picked up in combat. The tank has stayed in combat. A brave maneuver, but I'm hoping that it'll be able to clear its hull fairly effectively. We've then got the infantry squad that was here. The 1 lone Voxman actually jumped in the Chimera, and he can now activate all those las guns. Pretty nice. The various command elements fell back or moved into here. In terms of the Russes, I actually just kept them all where they are for now. There was no need to move them about. They've got all the firing lanes and angles that they could possibly want. It was really about the infantry game and how many bloodletters and whatnot I'll be able to pick up going into my shooting phase. So that is my command phase. Orders have been given out. Tank commanders and the Castellan have made sure that every vehicle on this board has got reroll 1s to hit. Gunners kill on sight. Now, the last thing to mention is this Chimera over here moved and advanced and sneaked the objective away from the demons, which means Isaac will get no primary points in his turn 3, which is pretty big. It's pretty big. All right, Isaac, you have something very amusing to show us, though, don't you?
So I have only 2 Warp Storm points this turn, but I'm going to use that on Burning Terror, one of the Khorne-specific Warp Storm abilities.
Yeah.
So for each unit that is within 24 of a Khorne Demon unit and is not wholly within terrain, on a 6 takes D3 mortal wounds.
Amazing. And that is all of my army except that 1 Chimera there. So where do you want to start? It's dealer's choice.
I want to start with these 2 miniatures.
Okay, these 2 blokes here. Can you get a 6? Oh! This is big. This could get him. This could. Oh! So he just went from getting 0 victory points. That's 4 victory points in the bag. Very nice. That will also affect some of my secondaries as well.
Oh, wow.
That's big. You've just taken a point. That's a 5-point swing.
Easy. Just
roll 6s, bro.
Just roll 6s.
All right, where do you want to go next?
We'll go for this Lehman Russ.
All right, Lehman Russ.
Fighting in combat? No.
Okay.
We'll go for this Chimera.
Okay.
We don't.
No.
We'll go for
There's a Castellan in there, yeah, Warlord.
Yeah, we get him.
He will get him, and
we'll deal 2 more.
Okay, we'll remember. We'll remember that in a moment. He's taken 2. There is a command squad there.
They don't take anything.
Lehman Russ here.
No.
No. Lehman Russ here.
No.
No. Getting closer. Lehman Russ.
No.
No.
And we've got this Lehman Russ.
Yeah.
No. The infantry squad, which is a bit more important.
Oh,
nice.
And D3 mortal wounds.
For
3. Wow. That's a good ability. All right, we will remove those casualties. We'll put the wound counters on, and we'll be back in just a moment with the guard shooting phase. Horses, honey, I got vouched for the Pringles. We've got 1 more. We've got 1 more coming in here. No, not there either. Okay. Now we'll go into the guard shooting phase. So the first Lehman Russ over here is going to fire. We are going to do the battle cannon and the las cannon into Scarbrand, and we're going to do the storm bolter and the heavy bolters into the bloodletters. Okay, so the battle cannon, how many shots do we get? 3 plus 3 is 6. All right. 6 shots here. These will be hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s. Whoa, okay.
The dream's alive.
All right, come on. Okay, 3 hits. Now, toughness of Mr. Scar.
8.
2 wounds. AP 2, flat 3 damage.
4 ups.
He takes 1.
Down to 18 left.
Down to 18 left. All right, the laser cannon. Oh, drop the dice there. The laser cannon. It's a hit and an auto wound.
Respond with
A auto save. Okay, the storm blotter. 2 hits and an auto wound. Toughness 4 on a blood letter.
4, yes.
No, just 1 wound.
So 4 up.
Yeah. No, 1 bites it.
This one.
And then we will do the heavy blotters. Reroll that. Get rid of that. So that's 2 auto wounds. 3 regular legs hits. And that will become 4 wounds in total. Come on, El Clasicos.
3.
Bringing 3 down. That's, we're thinning them. We're thinning them, sir. We're thinning them. All right, so this next tank commander is going to fire everything into Scarbrand, starting with the battle cannon. Oh, it's the big 6. That almost rolled weirdly out of my hand then as well. Maybe that's the trick, just roll it off the tip of one finger to try to get the maximum number of shots.
The dice.
Caress the good dice gently. Tell them that you love them. Whisper sweet nothings into the 6 symbol. All right. Oh, baby.
Oh, it's big.
Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Okay. Dodge this. All right, let's go. Come on. Oh, baby.
Nice.
Oh, baby. Okay.
Pause.
Okay, he did dodge the regular hits. All right.
5 saves, 4 ups.
Oh, 12 damage.
Down to 6.
Oh, that's smart.
He didn't like that.
He didn't like it. They don't like it up him, sir. They don't like the old Cadian steel. All right, laser. And it's a hit with auto wound as well. Is it
didn't like that
failed?
either. Can you roll a 6?
Yay!
Explodes.
He's just the El Clasico, man. That should have taken more.
Yeah.
Isaac was like, I really need you to whiff this. And I was like, I'll do my best.
Very dead.
He's very dead. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll do the rest of the shooting off camera because it's going to be little bits going around. And we'll be back at the end of the guard shooting phase. All right, after the guard shooting phase had finished, it actually cooled down a little bit. I was able to get the flying floaty chariot man down to just 1 wound, but I just kept struggling to wound him. And then Isaac's saves actually came through, which is pretty cool. And then in the lemurs that was trapped in combat here, gunned down 2 or 3 of the bloodletters, and in return they actually did 6 wounds to him, but then he passed all of his saves like an absolute boss, absolute mega boss. And then over here, the bloodletters were reduced down to 3, and then they failed the morale, and 1 more ran away. So, but Isaac is pretty confident that 2 bloodletters is enough to probably butcher those guardsmen and maybe even, try and tie up a tank, although the tank will probably just shoot you off.
Run over them, probably.
Yeah, exactly. So that is the end of guard shooting and combat. We didn't do as much as we wanted to do, but we're doing all right. In terms of our orders, we will get Inflexible Command for 3. We will get Boots on the Ground for 2, because obviously these guys, too close to the centre of the board. So yeah, not too bad. And I think we'll, pick up a few of the points here. So Assassinate, I'll get some more on that as well.
Yeah, you're up to a decent amount on that 10 now.
Yeah, it's not been too bad. Like it's going okay. I think the guard are in an all right position. But I think the demons still have some play. They are tricksy after all. I think that if that turn had gone with him dying, and Scarbrand going, that probably would have been like, nail in the coffin. But now I think they do have some play. They can start trying to tie some things up. So we'll be back at the end of Demon Command and Movement Phase, turn 3. So end of the demon movement and command phase. They have despoiled reality on this objective here, starting the action. I will have a turn to try and stop them, but I suspect I'm going to be busy with other things. The other 2 flamer squads basically swapped over to the 5-man squad that was towing onto the objective, jumped over to here to deal with these pesky guardsmen, and the 2-man squad has jumped over here and it's going to try and charge the Chimera and take its objective back. The Bloodletters then did something very interesting. They decided not to stay in combat with the Leaving Russ and actually fell back. Now, by falling back, they obviously won't be able to do anything else. Is that correct?
Yeah, nothing else this time.
But they have taken my home objective off me, which means there's a chance I will score 0 primary in my turn. I might be able to get 2 by taking a midfield objective or something, but, not much.
Yeah.
Not primary, which is interesting. So we're both messing with each other's primary points.
Yeah, exactly.
And then obviously the floaty boatman jumped over here. He's going to try some shenanigans. He has only got 1 wound left though. I think that Isaac is going after my command elements, which is pretty big, pretty important. And then we've also got the 2 Bloodletters over here who are going to try and dice up that squad. 2 is enough.
Yeah,
2 is enough.
Should be, hopefully.
All right, so that is your command and moon phase. We'll be back in your psychic phase. All right, now Isaac is going into his psychic phase. He is doing Infernal Gateway from the floaty boatman. Which unit are you doing it onto?
It's on the command squad.
On the command squad?
Every unit within 3 inches if it goes off.
Okay.
See if we get it? We
No,
don't get it off,
does not get it off. All right, do you have another psychic power?
Yeah, we're going to do Bolt of Zinch onto the same unit.
Bolt of Zinch.
It goes off.
It does go off, so 9 chances to rule them all.
9
mortal wounds.
Yeah, 9 mortal wounds. And we do 3 mortal wounds.
That's not bad. I will remove...
For each model removed, it's an additional mortal wound up to a maximum of 3 additional.
Okay. I'm going to have a little think.
Yes.
Because I might be able to jimmy this. So let's have a look. So I was able to jimmy it. I removed the plasma guy and the melter guy, and then I put the remaining mortal wounds on my officer, and thanks to this new codex just dishing out extra wounds like they're going out of fashion, he was actually able to live because he's got 4 wounds now. He's probably going to die. There's bloody Skull Taker and Floaty Man around ready to... and now he's got to take the wounds because he's taken wounds. So yeah. I'm probably delaying the inevitable, but we shall see. So that was the psychic phase, and we shall be back with shooting. Now, tell you what shooting do you have?
Not a lot, but we have 5 flamers into the guardsman, and we also have his staff over there into the same command squad.
Tell you what, let's do the staff into the command squad now, because the flamers are going to kill 5 guardsmen.
Yeah, you would hope, right? So we get 2 hits.
Okay.
And we've got 2 to wound. So we've got 2 at -4.
Okay. Now I have to take them on my bloke. I have no choice.
Yes.
Does it ignore invulnerable saves?
It does not. It's just -4.
5 up.
That's, 1 pass.
Come on, you salty bastard. Yes! He's done it! The refractor field. Oh. Amazing. Is that all you got?
I have to feed him to my screamers.
Brilliant. All right, we will be back in... we'll do the rest of your shooting off camera, and we're back with you in your charge and fight phase. Sounds good. All right, so Isaac got the 2 flamers into combat with the Chimera here, and then, he just basically got enough distance to tuck himself around behind the wall. So you'll have to believe me, there are 2 flamers behind there, and the Chimera now can't shoot them into combat because he still needs line of sight. So good play by Isaac, and a little bit sloppy play by me there. Moving over here, the floaty boatman, Fate Skimmer, I believe, charged into the command squad and this Chimera, and Skullbreaker, Skull Taker went into the command squad and the Castellan. He is on the bottom floor. We just put him up there just for ease of model placement. Yeah. But the most exciting and important one is this combat over here. I did Overwatch, and I was able, thanks to a good frag grenade, kill 1 of the Bloodletters on the way in. Isaac is confident. All he needs is 1.
Just need 1.
He's 1 Bloodletter.
All I need is freeze. Oh, no.
He just missed.
Yeah, he just missed.
He just missed. Oh, my God.
Oh, no.
I'm tell you what, I know it's out of sequence. I'm going to hit you back.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Let's go for it. All right.
Are we all piling in?
Yeah, everyone's piling in. Get him.
4 guys.
Get him, boys.
Pile on top him.
All right, 4 guys. The sergeant's got an extra attack. Let's go. We've got 2 hits. Oh. They don't auto wound. Don't worry, man. Oh. I'm not silenced. I've got a wound.
Tanya.
Come on. Ah, that would have been epic. Like, this Bloodletter just goes in.
I wanted that to happen.
Yeah, these 2 Bloodletters go in. The frag grenade just like goes off. They're like lying down, dazed on the ground, and the last guardsman just goes and just stabs him with his bayonet. Amazing. I'd like to say that man with the Auspex was the reason they survived that. He was like, sir, there's something on the other side of this wall. And it's like, okay, we're prepared for it.
Angry, dude.
Yeah. All right, now let's keep it rolling. That was pretty cool. let's keep it rolling. We've got the combat over here. So what do you want to go with
I think I
first?
want to go with Skull Taker. And he's going to book
Skull Taker, Heartbreak.
He's going to book 3 attacks into your Warlord.
Okay.
And 3 into the command squad.
Okay. Hopefully you'll claim 2 heads.
Yes.
Now, do you ignore inruns with this guy?
I do.
Okay, so it's just... He just goes.
Into your Warlord, 2s.
Okay.
And 2s. Rerolling failed because he's a character. So that's 2 at -3.
Okay.
3 damage and ignoring vulnerable saves.
Oh, he's dead.
That's 1 skull.
That's 1 skull.
For the throne. And now see if we can get 3 more of the other command squad.
Okay.
And I believe these are characters.
Yeah.
So got
Well, yeah.
2s.
Okay.
And then 2s rerolling. So that's
Okay.
3 more.
And you'll get them. Because I have to put, even if it was like many damage. How much damage was it again?
3 each.
Yeah, so it has to go on him first. So like I said, guys, I was kind of delaying the inevitable before by jimmying the wounds onto the officer. But in the end, Khorne will have his skulls. All right, that is the main combat. We do have the floating man who's probably going to try and like dink a wound off this, but we don't need to worry about doing that on camera. So that is the end of the Demons turn 3. Pretty interesting. Now, that's quite a big play from Isaac. It is going to limit the number of inflexible command points I can do with infantry. In fact, the only infantry I have left on the board is 5 guardsmen, 1 here and 4 over there. So that's kind of cool. But hopefully I'll still be able to get some inflexible command with the tank commanders and by killing you with orders and that kind of good stuff. Yeah. All right. So kind of cool, kind of interesting. Beginning of my turn, I will get 4 primary points.
Potentially. They've got morale to take.
Do they?
They lost a few earlier.
They lost a man. No, that was last turn.
Oh.
They lost nothing this time. You charged in and did nothing.
Oh, no.
They live!
They live for now.
So I will get my 4... We'll double check that, but I think I get my 4 primary points. So just like I tried to deny you nothing. Yeah. And then you tried to deny me everything. How the turntables turn. All right, so we'll be back at guard turn 4. So we are partway through the guard movement and command phase. Order-wise, I was able to give take aim to this tank, so it splashed out over to those 2 other Leman Russes. And then I have done some movement. I brought the Chimera back here, pushed the tank commander forward, which meant that he's now within 12-inch range of all of the vehicles. So I will still get a point for flexible command there. And that's basically it. Now, there is an important thing to do. You see... Isaac has got some warp storm points and he wants to try and stop me from falling back. He's using overwhelming rage. So on a 4+, I won't be able to fall back with those guardsmen. Oh, they're staying in. That's pretty big. And then the 4+ the Chimera won't be able to fall back.
No, it can.
Ooh, it can. Now, do I want to fall back with the Chimera? I think because I could burn him and then he would get himself out and then he would just be out of combat. But then Scarbrand would kill me.
Potentially.
Not Scarbrand, Skull Bastard.
Skull Bastard, yeah.
Skull Taker. Do I care about that? Probably not. In fact, what I'm going to do is in my movement phase, he's going to jump out. Which means I'll have 1, 2, 3 models on the objective. You'll have 1, 2, 3. So I won't score it. It'll be contested.
Yes.
For your next turn. Otherwise, you're going to be on 3 anyway. Grim. All right. I'll deal with that when I deal with it. All right, so yeah, so I'll tell you what, I could fall back with him now, but no, I don't think but you know, if I don't fall back, I'm going to have a little think. I decided I did not want to fall back over here. It does mean that Skull Bastard is going to take this Chimera, but it does mean that this Chimera can first hopefully kill him and then free him up to be able to then shoot, maybe not over here, but, you know, shoot into these bloodletters down here. So it gives me a few more options. So yeah, that is my turn. We're back to my movement phase. We're back in just a moment. So going into the guard shooting phase, the first thing that's going to shoot is this Chimera, and it's going to put everything into this 1 wound bloke over here. So we have got 2 heavy flamers.
Ooh.
Only 4. I have to wear that. Nothing I can do. Wounding on 5s. It is the 1 wound.
That's all you need.
It's a single 3-up. Oh, he's worn it, and there's nothing else I can do. So he's fired. That means that basically, I mean, this guy could technically shoot out of combat, but I think it's probably better to just hose this guy down because I've got enough little bits over here to deal with those bloodletters. So he's going to fire everything into combat over here. So we've got the turret weapon. 1 auto wound. And then we've got 3 misses. He doesn't have reroll 1s. And because he's in combat, it's -1 to hit. And 3 wounds in total. 3 3-ups from the turret weapon. No.
He dies.
He has died. All right. So we'll take him away. Now, the rest of the shooting is going to be relatively ineffectual, guys. I'm basically going to see how many, if I can clear up these bloodletters here, and what remaining damage is going to go into these flamers over here. So we'll be back at the end of the guard shooting phase, turn 4. All right, so at the end of the shooting phase, the bloodletters over here were picked up, but in a surprising twist of fate.
Hey.
Talking about Tzeentch, I was actually able to get a ridiculous amount of wounds through on these screamers. They may be tough, but when you hit them with a flat damage through battle cannon, they actually do start popping.
They don't appreciate it.
Yeah, and the Exterminator was pretty good as well, even though it was fine through Dents. There was 1 left on 1 wound with a heavy bolt, taking a big chunk out of that. It will have morale to do, but we'll get back to that in just a second. The biggie is, I also did manage to sneak a heavy bolt with shot through on here and do 2 wounds there. The biggie is now going into the combat phase though, because you will get to strike first over there, unless you want to do me a favour and strike here first.
Oh,
Are you a gentleman?
I think we have to go with this. He needs to prove himself.
He needs to prove himself. Okay, how many hits does he get?
He gets 2 hits.
He gets 2 hits. All right.
He wounds on 3. Sorry.
All right.
So we've got 1 at -3.
So he's killed 1.
1 guardsman, 2 damage.
I will now get 4 attacks back. Okay, it's 3 hits.
Nice.
Come on. Fix bayonets, lads. Fix bayonets. Come on. 1 wound.
Is it enough?
50-50. Oh, he's done it again.
Nice.
All right. So just take, there should be a...
Plasmic? No.
The regular Vox guy with the Auspex can come off now. The next one, next to him, regular. Yeah. Sorry, regular Lasgun guy. Yeah, that is Adam. You have died. All right, and so that's big over there, and then over here we've got some morale. So I'm going to make you roll this one first. He's
5.
gone.
Yeah, he will go.
He's gone. That's
a big one.
That's a big eat.
But we have a morale over here also.
We have a morale here. Okay.
-2 in total.
They are okay. They have passed 3 morale checks. They breed them tough on Cadia. Amazing. So that's actually quite big for both players, I think, because now you hold 8 victory points at the beginning of your turn rather than what was going to be like 12.
We've forgotten Skulltaker's combat.
Oh,
also.
Skulltaker as well. Skulltaker as well. Yeah. But yeah, there's nothing. Oh, just to let you guys know, I poo-pooed the Tzeentch guy and then he did 10 wounds to me off camera, like an absolute boss. So Skulltaker, Scar Bastard, whatever his name might be.
We've got 2s.
Okay.
And then we've got 5s.
Okay.
So we have 2 at -3.
-3. Do I get AOC?
Yeah.
Okay, so 2 5-ups.
He dies.
No.
3 damage.
He will die.
Now, does he explode?
Now, it doesn't really matter to me if he explodes because it'll be a draw on the objective.
It's a moral victory.
It's a moral victory, and I might do some mortal wounds. So it's either way. Both of us kind of want this. Yeah. Explosion! Sad times. All right, so he will now go. Now, that is going to be the end of the guard turn. Every time me and Isaac have tried to fuck each other over, something's happened. Like the dice gods, the chaos gods have been like, you're going to fail your morale here. You're going to pass it over there.
Nightmare.
Yeah, absolute nightmare. So that is guard turn 4. We're still just racking up a consistent amount of points. Isaac does have some turn 4, turn 5 play for his secondaries, though. You will struggle on Warp Ritual now, though.
Yes.
That is a problem, and that could be a biggie, but we'll see at the end of the game. So that is guard turn 4. We'll do a quick demon turn 4, and then we'll see where we are at. All right, demon turn 4 is a summary turn. It was fast and furious. This game is very close on points. Everyone is going to have to pull out all the shenanigans, I think, to finally clinch that victory. First thing to mention is Skulltaker continued to work his way down the chain of command. He started with the Castellan. He then moved on to the junior officer, and then he moved on to the junior officer's adjutant, the Vox man. He's literally taken the command chain apart single-handedly. What an absolute legend. That was really big because it means I can't actually obsec that objective now, which is pretty big. It means I now will score no primary in my turn, which is pretty big. The only primary I might score is nicking a middle point.
Yeah,
that's
pretty
it.
much.
Other things to mention is the Screamy Boys, the Flim Flams.
The Flim Flams.
Flim
themselves.
Flams came over. They're not Screamy Boys, the Flamey Boys. I apologise each. Have moved over here and they just took off those last few guardsmen. I have lost all of my infantry. The infantry is dead. But again, they've put themselves into a fantastic position for a late game score. Yeah. Now, it's going to be a big turn next. I'll probably do a guard summary because there might not be a huge amount of shooting because I have the order Shock and Awe that allows me to count as OBSEC on my vehicles. And you actually have very little OBSEC left.
One model to be precise.
One model to be precise. So if I can do that, what it will do is it means that it means you're going to have to try and kill tanks to score your primary at the end of the game.
Yeah.
And to try and distort reality, is it?
Yes.
Yeah. So let's do that and let's see how it goes going into guard. This is the final turn for guard. We'll do a summary one and then we'll see what happens in Demon turn 5. All right. End of round 5. We did a big old summary for both teams because it was very, very, very quick.
Yeah.
Basically, 3 guard tanks over here just absolutely gangbanged Skull Bastard. And he did go down. Interestingly, I actually kind of screwed myself slightly because I was meant to charge in on him to help me get some inflexible command, but I ended up just shooting him to death. So I only got 1 point for inflexible command for killing something with orders. That unit was, it was this little chap over here. He was under the influence and order whilst he killed that blood letter. There was a little blood hiding behind that wall. I then tagged the flamers here, the Flems in combat. I did the same thing with the Chimera over here. I was saying, this Chimera's got around, man.
It really has.
He's done really good.
Donuts in the middle.
Yeah, I think he started off over here on this flank and he's just moved his way. He's just eventually got himself over to here, which is pretty cool. So that was my turn. And then in Isaac's turn, it was pretty simple. He fell back, took those points there. He fell back, took those points there. And that meant that he got 10 on primary. A little interesting thing that I did, I actually used Shock and Awe to make myself OBSEC, which meant that even if I didn't kill that blood letter, he wasn't getting that objective off me, although you could have potentially put D3 back with your Warp Storm. Mm-hmm. So there was a little bit of play there. Likewise, I had it over here, so even if Skull missed over here, he wasn't going to be able to take that objective off me if I totally flubbed it. So yeah, that was a really, really strong bit of play from both sides. And the last turn really was just shenanigans. I tell you what, those flamers are so durable. I put 2 Lehman Russes into them and they lost a guy.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. It was just 2 battle cannons as well. I'm wounded on 2s. Yeah, it was just insane. So that was the end of round 5. Let's go on to the points. All right, and the points at the end of the game are actually really close. So I did a fantastic job of keeping me down on primary. And by the end of the game, Isaac had 42 primary points, just under maxing it. Still getting 10 in that last turn, which is pretty big. And I had 34. Not too bad, not too shabby. We then had on secondary, so he was beating me on primary at that point. On secondaries, we both had one that we maxed out. He maxed out the reality, what's this called?
Reality Rebels thing.
Reality Rebels, yeah. So what was it? You'd explain it.
So it's a little bit like Engage, where for each quarter I have equal or more units in than you, I gain a point, and if I have a unit in range of the centre, I gain a point as well.
Amazing.
So it's usually a pretty easy 15. If you just have an army left anywhere on the board, you can usually get it.
That's really strong. That's actually stronger than my boots on the ground one. Now the one I maxed out was Assassinate, which I never normally take it, but it was quite good considering you had quite a lot of characters that you had to use as your combat punch in this case. Yeah. I think if you'd held them back, you might have denied me points, but then I think it would
be able to kill anything.
Yeah,
really,
exactly.
Then, I feel.
So we both maxed out there, but then unfortunately Isaac did struggle on a couple of his other secondaries. By me killing his Warp Ritual guy, he only actually ended up getting 3 points on that. But the really big one, the one that actually really impacted the game, was me being able to stop his Distortion of Reality. Mm-hmm. Now the way I did that in the last turn, Isaac was kind of banking on being able to do it with with the Skull Taker and maybe with some units of Flamers, but because I charged them in combat, he couldn't fall back and do the action, which meant that even though he probably would have lined up like maybe 12 points on that one, big end sort of game swing, he actually wasn't able to do that, which meant that he only got 4 points for Distort Reality. And whilst I didn't do great on my other 2 secondaries, I only got 7 on Boots on the Ground and 11 on Inflexible Command. By the time these lists had settled, the final score was 74 to the Demons and 77 to the Guard. So a really, really close game. And we were just saying, me and I were saying, like, we both play a lot of WTC. In fact, we're going to a WTC tournament next weekend.
Yeah.
And in WTC, if you're within 5 points of each other, that's a draw.
Yeah.
So we're like, you know, in terms of like tournament sort of thing, this would definitely be a draw for us. And another thing to mention is at the beginning of the game, Isaac was umming and ahhing about should he bring it down. And I actually sort of said to him, well, dude, most people do bring it down, and they actually really struggle to score points in it because the Guard are so durable. So he sort of, you know, changed his mind, took a different one. But if he had taken bring it down, he would have won the game. So easily, I'm calling this a draw, man, because it was however you slice it. You know, you could have taken that other secondary, and it was probably my fault for talking you out of it. And also, you know, if we were playing at the tournament next weekend with this list, it would have been a draw. So however you slice it, as far as I'm concerned, it's going to be a draw. So Isaac, thank you for coming down, man.
Thank you very much for having me.
Do you have any final thoughts on the game?
Yeah, I thought it was really interesting. I thought it was going really bad early on with losing so many greater demons. But the smaller demons really pulled through for me, secured a lot of secondaries and primary points, while you were like shooting a lot of the greater demons. I was able to make some good leeway with those.
Yeah.
But yeah, the new Guard book, fantastic. It seems really cool. Lots of really fun abilities and a lot you can do with it.
I think we were both sort of we were chatting off camera, and sort of the final thought was a lot of people are saying, "Oh, the Guard Codex is broken. It's broken." I don't think it's broken. It's gonna kill you. It's gonna hurt facing it. But if you're smart, like Isaac, you can make those plays, and you can actually make it a really, really close game.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Really fun book to play against.
Yeah, I think when playing against the Guard, you need to have a big wrinkly brain and start playing 4D chess because that's how you'll win those games. You'll get those draws, and you'll make them much closer. But all right, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please make sure to give it a like. If you want to make sure you never miss an episode, subscribe to the channel. And if you really want to go the extra mile to support the channel, then please consider becoming a channel member or Patreon supporter. Thank you for watching. And as always, I'll see you guys next time.